Did y'all that was me.
Love, love
That was me.
the impromptu karaoke to the Made in Dreams podcast theme tune is fantastic.
I couldn't help it. I couldn't help it. I don't know. I was getting really. I need a win this week, guys. It's been a rough one. All right. Welcome, Coinum, and everybody else who's here bright and early. We appreciate you. You know, I need a win. So, welcome to the 97th episode of the Made in Dreams podcast. As always, I'm your host, Mighty Vicious, and I'm always joined here by my co-host, Jammy James, Europe's first pitch black since the Dark Ages. And today we're here for rich conversation, hot topics, and spicy takes. Now, I know people who are just joining us probably noticed that we didn't do our pre-show countdown conversation. Well, I'm going to move that into the show just so people who, might see the VOD later or whatever, we're not always rushed to crush whatever topic we decide to do beforehand. So we're gonna call it the check-in, where we just check in with what everybody's doing and what we're doing. Here's the host, and then we're gonna kick off into some dreams goodness. So, Jamie, time to check in with you. What you been up to this past week?
So this past week has been very intensive as work, as you probably know. I'm always stressing about it. But other than that, I have finished the voice acting part for Pitch Black, like all my voice lines that need to be done, which is really cool. So that's all finished. That's all in the project, and the game
I
is
promise
now.
I'll get you mine. I promise.
Yeah, please do. The game is actually now playable from start to finish, which is really, really cool. Like, me and the wife sat down and we played through it for the first time. Like, because I've only obviously played it in sections as and when I've made it. But we sat down this week and we played through the entire thing from start to finish. And yeah, it was a real moment, like, to sit there and say, I've actually made something from start to finish that's eventually now going to release and other people can play it. So that's really cool. So now I'm just in like the bug testing phase of getting out all the kinks and then waiting for your voiceover and some other stuff, and then but it's cool. It's really weird to be like, I've never had a finished project in Dreams. Like, everything I've done is either fell short because we never had enough people, or personal projects just got too big and I never went back to them. But this is something that I've stuck with, and it's a weird sensation to be so close to the finish line.
I bet it feels real good.
It does.
It feels so good.
It
Well,
does.
good.
And what about you?
Well, other than doing client website work and stuff, which is always a blast,
Oh, it's so fun.
did some voice work for a project coming out soon, as well as, and I've been really analyzing my time with Call of Duty. As we all know, my friends pulled me into the new Call of Duty because they pulled the friend card and were like, "You haven't played games with us in a long time. This is something we can all play together. Stop being you and be a friend." And I'm like, fine. So I did it. And I'm going to tell you, my time away from Call of Duty for like 12 to 15 years has really made the heart grow more accepting of the fate that I've been dealt. The game is uber successful, as I'm sure everybody has heard. And,
You're like a billion, was it, in like a week or something? Like, crazy numbers.
Over 1 billion in 10 days.
Yeah.
But it is the epitome of why I hate AAA developer publisher BS. Like, this game is $800 million in the first 3 days. Yet it has multiplayer that has a ton of bugs, breaks up parties, like, makes it so you can't connect to the server, or the server just disconnects you and kicks you back out to the beginning of the game. And the most egregious of issues is the fact that they have during the beta, they had to remove maps because they modeled maps after real life places and
Yeah.
structures, and they didn't think to okay that they could do so.
Well, I mean, technically they don't have to because
No,
it's
you
it.
definitely have to.
Are you
You
sure?
definitely. Most places don't
It's
care.
yeah, but it's based off of it though. It's not like they're putting the logo on the building or anything. It's. You,
Sometimes you don't. Sometimes you don't have to put the logo on the building for it to be like they went so deep into making it. Like they made this hotel, and in the game it's called the Greenberg Hotel, but it's actually a hotel that's like exists in, I can't remember. But anyway, like the literal entire inside design and outside design of the building is this place.
okay.
When it comes to that, you have to okay it. Like
I
most of
suppose if
the
you're literally like down to the last detail, like
yeah.
copying it, like yeah.
And then they had to pull another one during the beta because it was based on a raceway that's in like Singapore, and it was a copy of the place. And it's like, yeah, you need permission. As Yaffer said, you private property. You need permission if you're going to copy it to the painstaking detail that they have. Like they've done a really good job graphically for this game. But yeah, like you make $800 million in the first 3 days, and you don't think to dot the i's, cross the t's. Like
Yeah, but that doesn't
really?
matter though, does it? I mean, all that matters is the game is baseline playable so that everyone's going to buy it so they get their revenue. They'll fix all that later. Yeah, you have to remember, like, the company that's releasing this is Activision. They're not exactly for the players, are they? Let's be honest.
I mean, Captain Dax says, kind of sounds like we're speculating about things we don't entirely understand. I do understand that you can't literally just take a place. Like, it's up to the place whether or not whether they're going to bring litigation against you. Like, that is just straight up how it is. But as far as other shit, like, it just seems to me that if your game is pretty much the top selling game every year for the last 15 years, you would have gotten more efficient at this. That's all I'm saying. Like, it just seems really weird. It like anyway, so other than that, the game has been interesting. I've been finding out just how old I am, and
Hmm.
I'm old. That's that.
You're still dying constantly, or
Yeah, well, that's the thing. I have good games, I have bad games, but there's certain things that just, I'm like, 10 years ago, I would have had you, youngster. But now these old arthritic hands, they just can't handle. Like that's how that's how it feels. And then there's certain things that I feel like I just don't understand. Like I always tell you, all the things that are like seen as skill based, but I see as like, you're playing you could do this thing, but should you do this thing? You know. Ironically, Microsoft Flight Simulator, you get to fly around the entire world, but I think the map is low res enough that most people don't care. I think that they are. I think they basically, now this I don't know. I think that they probably have the rights to places based off of their maps that run the game that people have already bought into. But that's speculation from me.
disclaimer there.
Milo Arty, back in my day, I would have 360 no scoped you hours ago. I would have sniped you before you got out of bed. Like, but yeah, it's just oldness. But now, back to dreams. We're gonna start off with that Kaduko concept app because Jamie really wanted to talk about it because he had a lot to say. So I'm gonna let you take it from here. Let's go.
Well, yeah, I just find it really interesting because, like, we have discussed this we dedicated a whole episode to it, like, oh God, 46 episodes ago or something like that. It was a long time ago. And, like, back then we discussed that it'd be a good idea to have, like, an official Dreams app, like, to make their own social media platform. And Kaduko seems to be taking it on now and he really wants to do it. And I found it interesting because, coincidentally, we're at this point now where Twitter seems to be dying because of what Elon is doing with it, and God knows what he's going to do with it next. But I'm kind of interested to hear what other people think. Like, if we had this app, like let's just say Kaduko makes this amazing app and puts all these great features on it, would it be actually a good idea to move to a platform that's dedicated for something that's so niche?
No.
Because, yeah, well, that was good. That's where I was going. Is because, like, as great as it would be, like, to have everything self-contained into one space, you lose that graspability where, we've seen people post something on Twitter and it goes outside the realm of the Dreams bubble and it reaches a wider audience, and that gets Dreams more attention and gets people to understand what Dreams is more. And I feel that if we do go this route, we're sort of isolating the potential of other people coming to Dreams because it's so isolated to the community and the community alone.
Well, I say I love it. I love the idea. I have no problem with it. I'm not trying to discourage or say, no, you shouldn't move.
No,
It's
no.
the idea that you proposed with your clickbaity-esque banner on Twitter. Don't worry, guys. I got on them for that. I got on them for that. Is the idea that people have to choose one or the other. Like, it's implied that Twitter's going to go so far down the hole and become so useless to just artists
As a platform in general. I mean,
but it's not.
I don't know.
Like, this is the thing. You're like, say what you said to me before when I first got on you about this clickbaity thing. You were talking about it like shutting out the casual user.
So Elon's plan as of right now, whether or not he changes his mind every second. But I read an article that said that he basically needs X amount of people to move to Twitter Blue in order for Twitter just to stay green. Like, that's not making profit. That's purely just keeping the bills paid. So his plan is to, in order to push people to move to Twitter Blue, is to create a new algorithm that buries tweets from people that are not on Twitter Blue, so they get no interaction and no one sees them. All the content you're going to see on Twitter is people that are subscribed to Twitter. So that means if you want to see stuff from, like, let's just say I wanted to see posts from you, for example, I would then have to click on your profile in order to see your stuff, because it's going to be completely buried over all the stuff that they're going to push in front of you for Twitter Blue. And if that happens and they do that, then Twitter is going to go down. Like, it's just not going to survive.
Well, this is the thing. I don't see a difference between that and what Twitter is now. Because really, if you're just a nobody, you could be posting about the most relevant thing possible, but unless you've learned how social media works, you're not going to be seen. If you don't have a way of slowly building up, like, people who would even care to check your tweets, it's the same thing. So I don't believe that a subscription service, even if you look at YouTube, like YouTube did YouTube Premium to cut ads and also give a better, under the guise of giving a better experience for people who don't want to see 4 ads during a 15-minute video. But the actual numbers of people who do subscribe to YouTube as far as their premium quality goes is under 30% of their entire creator base. That's why I believe this changes nothing. Because that's there to get revenue, but get revenue in a way that people are being given something, but at the end of the day, everyone still gets the same thing minus those perks. So with that being the case, that under 30% of people actually having premium on YouTube, yet people who don't have premium, they're still getting their stuff seen. They're still creating. This is going to become a little bit more interesting if YouTube decides to lock 4K uploading behind thing. But let's be real, not many people even need 4K uploading. No. But I will say that I already subscribe to premium, but if they added the perk to premium that it gave you uploading priority, that I'll take. And that's worth for a creator. But everybody's not a creator. I mean, I'd love to see the numbers of how many people actually do create versus how many people just go to YouTube. So that's why I don't see this like has to be one thing or the other when it comes to Twitter and when it comes to Kaduko's Dreams app concept. Like, I think people, for the niche community, the community can go to Dreams and, or can go to the Dreams app, and it would be amazing for the the niche community.
Mm.
But I don't see it being like it'll grow as Dreams if Dreams grows. It's not a thing of Twitter is gonna get so bad that you have to go to this Dreams app, because really, no matter how bad Twitter gets, it's still gonna have a better reach than the Dreams app. It just is, because that Dreams app is gonna work for the community, which is small and niche, and won't be able to reach outside of it, where even on the worst algorithm, at least you can hashtag made in Dreams or Dreams PS4 and still see other people. So that's my take on it anyway.
Yeah, makes sense. It just depends on what route Twitter goes, because we live in a society now of boycotting and stuff. You know, it's very easy for Twitter to lose its user base. It's not like out of the question. It all depends on what he does with it, and if it now is really the time for some big tech company to come up with some new social platform to literally override Twitter, and but it depends if someone wants to put the money into that. But at the minute, the way it's going, I think Twitter will still be around, but I don't think it's going to be as useful and as popular as it has been, because of the direction that he's taking it, and that will affect the way that people use social media. Because, Facebook is for old people. Like, nobody uses Facebook other than granddads and grandmas. That's what it is. Twitter seems to be the place, is the middle ground, and if that gets affected, then someone else is going to take over, and we'll see change.
Yeah. I do think a lot more people need to, within... Char says nobody leaves Twitter. That's how I feel. Like, it's established enough that it'll just become one of those things where it's like, if someone truly feels like it's going to damage their spread, then they'll just pay the $4.99. But that's because Twitter is, by all means, like, the leading social media. I mean, Marquise Brownlee doesn't agree with me on that, but he has good reasons for why. But also with things like TikTok and some background information I have regarding all of these social media platforms and what they're intending to start doing, but I can't talk about that because, I ain't trying to get people in trouble. But the way all of these places are going, Twitter's not going to be the only one to really start changing its focus. And all of them are big enough to survive it. And we already know all of them are trying to keep up with TikTok. So
it's no doubtably going to survive, but no company, no matter what size and how big they are, can't be toppled. And I do believe that Twitter is on the fence of being toppled right now. Like, it doesn't matter how big you are. I mean, look how big Facebook is with Meta and everything. Like, they've had to get rid of 11,000 employees, and they're not making any money because of the amount of money they've invested into the metaverse, and it seems like all their investment plans are going down the drain. It doesn't matter how big you are. You can always fall, and I think Twitter is on that precipice of falling.
I made your icon bigger. I was listening, but I made your icon bigger because I was like, you know what? It would actually look kind of cool right there. So then we got this big open wall because somebody hasn't gotten the green screen he was supposed to order 2 weeks ago.
It is coming.
Okay.
It's coming.
Captain Dax says, all these peeps posting the social about how they're going to delete their social because they don't like the current billionaire owner. See you in a week. Exactly. See you in a week, because they're not going to. It's not going to be like you can be mad, but all it takes is one friend to be like, "Yo, did you get the message I sent you on Twitter?" And that person's gonna go right back to Twitter, and
Yeah.
then they're gonna be stuck again. It's just the only reason I now, guys, you remember because I'm not trying to sound like a hypocrite. I didn't want a green screen because I always thought it was better as a streamer to have people be able to see the room you're in, be a little bit more relatable, personable. But then I moved into this new house, and the room that I'm in used to be a little girl's room, and there's all types of stuff that I would need to remodel behind me to do that. I was like, yo, that's not my personality. I got to find out something. He's in his closet streaming and with us every week. So I'm just like, maybe we could spice it up. Take away these borders, make it a little
In
more
my
clean.
closet.
That's what you call it. I'm
I
not
know.
talking trash.
I mean, yeah. Look, I can touch.
Did you get the
everything here.
tension rod like I told you to get?
No, I'm just gonna stick it on the wall.
Barbarian.
Bro, literally,
Barbarian.
you know when you say get the tension rod, right? Look, the gap between my chair, like if I move right now, I'm touching the wall. Okay, if I literally just move, I'm touching the wall. There is no way I can put like a tension rod set up behind me. There's not enough room, so it has to be stuck to the wall. But that's fine.
Big Mofo Gaming said Mighty Vicious got the girls' room. It was either this and I have an office, or I continue to stream from my bedroom, which literally does not have the space anymore. Or I could go to the living room, but then me talking to y'all would have my wife clothesline me out of my chair because she works in her office right across the kitchen, which is like the sunroom. And if I was in the sunroom, I'd be sweating like Gangsta's Paradise out here. So I ain't trying to do that. Y'all ain't gonna have me grilling. Oh, hey, I forgot with the time change you guys were going live earlier in my time zone. Hi. Hey, Hedges, what's going on? So, but yeah, that's just how I feel about, that. I don't think anyone's going to really be, the app itself is beautiful. It's been talked about since Dreams launched, and it, from different people, including myself, I actually started to put together a team to try to create it. But I'm glad to see that Kaduko has come along and just really kneeled down on it. I mean, it looks fantastic. And I can't wait for it. I hope it goes through.
Is he in chat still? I hope he's still in chat. Well, Kaduko, if you're still in chat, I would highly recommend for you to reach out to MM and see if they would be interested in working with you, because it would be great to get indreams.me integration into the app. So like, you can do like add content to your play later queue. So let's just say someone posted I don't know, like a video of their game or something, and you can add like a play later button on it. But obviously you'd need access to the indreams.me API in order to integrate that into your app. So maybe speak to MM and see if they'd be open to opening up that channel for you, because it would really, really make this app amazing if you had all this native stuff built into it.
Yeah. So, you can actually already do that? Wait, what is he referring to?
Wait, the add to play later queue?
Oh, to play later. Yeah. So, seems open to abuse though, so I haven't publicized it. Okay. Well,
okay.
But there you go, Hedges, in case you wanted to see the app thing. Yeah. So, but yeah, this is fantastic. Like I said, Kaduko again, beautiful. I love it.
Clean. It's really clean.
Super clean. And I would second that. Like, if you're going through with this, I would say definitely talk to Media Molecule if you haven't already, and just really have them at least come on board to help a little bit, or have it set up to where if things need to be connected, they can kind of help you in that direction. Because if you do this all by yourself, good Lord.
Also, it'd be good, like, just to know, like, you don't need to know anything, but just to know that they don't have any plans to do something similar, because you could put like 700 hours into building this and all of a sudden they release an official version, then, there's a conflict there. So it'd be good for you just to have that inclination that they're not intended to make anything so that there is an audience for it. Because I'd
Yeah.
hate for you to put so much work into it and then the official version comes out. That'd be really bad.
Yeah, that wouldn't be too happy. But so yeah, any other takes on that before we move on?
No, I love it. I think there's definitely a need for it, especially if all of these other features that a lot of people have been commented on his thread can be implemented into it. It would be a fantastic side app to go along with the game, and yeah, I love the idea of it. And if you need any help, I don't know what I can provide, but let me know. I'd love to participate.
Yeah, absolutely. So with that, I kind of wanted to move on to I can't find well, I call it the Twitter rundown, but I can't find this post, and I'm not sure if I saw it on YouTube or if I saw it on Twitter. But Martin Nebelong has begun to release a lot of his scenes as remixable for the community. And he released a few already and had like narration for them or whatever. Well, narration, more like speaking over them, talking about the project. But he says he's not going to be able to get, or he doesn't think he'll be able to get to all of them, during the holiday season. But I really like that that's happening. I love when people share. So I just wanted to highlight that. But as we go to that, let's get to the Twitter rundown, shall we? All right, so let's see here. First, I wanted to start off with, well, there's Martin Nebelong's thing, the man himself, and
This is crazy. Like I only just saw this just before the show. Like I actually saw the real video, and then I saw Martin's work on it, and it's just incredible how quick this guy works. Like it's insane.
yeah,
It's just
yeah,
crazy. And look at how he's done like the ripping of the texture on the bauble. Like it just looks so realistic the way he does it. He's crazy. He's a god.
oh, yeah, goddamn, he's a guy, he's a
He's a
god.
god. He is. He's a god.
Yep, we had this from Chevalier Boar, where he released a bunch of artwork, and I've love it. So here we go. We'll look at this. I love that.
So pretty. Yeah.
Reminds me of a drawing that I did a few years ago. That I think I showed it to y'all one day when I was talking about how I like it was a game concept, but yeah, it's too ambitious, I believe. But we'll see. Then we have this, which is also just clean. I love it. The lighting and everything. It's God, it looks so good. I'll love it. That's all I can really say to these.
Yeah,
It's just, I love it.
Like the lighting, especially on these scenes, are just so perfect. The shadows and the color palette that's used, it's really really nice.
Ooh, nice, nice. Just beautiful. Just beautiful
Yeah.
stuff. So yeah, love that. Love it. And we had a new one from Wargarble, a new still, Herd of Heads. Just
Look at those! Look at those clouds.
oh yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah,
Wargarble
like,
be doing it in
so-
clouds,
yeah.
man.
So crazy.
Just he's one of the people that I mean, a lot of people have, but he's one of those people where like he has a definitive style.
Yeah, like
With
you
it-
can tell his work. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, like Tap said, that's so Wargarble. Yeah, exactly. It is. So I wanted to showcase that. It's been a minute since I really checked in with Wargarble, but always want him back on the show. We had this from Dan K, or Canadian Jedi, saying someone who's been sitting in here for a few hours today. Maybe they fell asleep looking at it. So
But what a beautiful scene though.
yeah, the little changes he's been making going through this has been fantastic to watch. So Canadian Jedi, much love. You're doing the damn thing. I love it. I love it. Let me see here. I just keep thinking of that one person sitting on this
Just constantly looking at it.
just like studying every angle. This one is from Willow the Bob. So what could possibly go wrong? What is happening? I don't.
Yeah, it's just there's just so many wires. It's just mind-boggling. I mean, her stuff is just so complicated what she makes anyway. Like, she is so precise and adds so many details. But that is just another level. That's absolutely crazy.
That I'm sorry. That
It's,
makes me that makes me nauseous. I
it does.
can't. Like I can't. I just. Good God. Like I feel like if I feel like when I get to this point in something, like I mean I've never gotten to this
Yeah.
point in something. Yeah, that's Willow the Bob. So
Yeah.
I feel like if anything I worked on looked like this, I would close it and never go back to it. Like I'd be like, you know what? I've gone off the reservation. I can't do it. Like
I mean, to be fair, I think she's using the feature where you can show the invisible wires and stuff. So it's obviously going to show a hell of a lot more than what would physically be on screen to manipulate. But still, it's absolutely insane. It's crazy.
ugh. Love you, Willow, but that joint would drive me insane. Good God. Let's see here. So we have this from Nick Balar. And yep, Nibbler's Box. I really, really liked. Apparently, it's like an opening cinematic type thing that he's working on.
Mm-hmm.
I am in love with this. It just it carries a gravitas of an opening. So yeah, just fantastic stuff.
It is. It's great, as always. I mean, he
Yeah,
makes fantastic stuff.
yeah, yeah. So, God, it feels so good on the skin. I love it. I do love it. Oof, oof, the shattering. YouTube Bad Robo. Hi everyone, and imagine that one such cable is made of several hundred polygons. Lol. Oh, what's going on with this gun though?
Yeah.
This is, it really does feel like a Bond opening.
Yeah, it
I
really
think
does. You could
I
just
think
imagine
that's
the music.
yeah. I think that's why I have this thing. It's like a Bond opening to me. But yeah, it's fantastic. So yeah, great work on that. It's fantastic. I have everything silenced, so I hope nobody is angry about that. This is why before I get help with animation, I'm organizing my timelines first. Yeah, you don't want somebody to see directly into your brain, which is what I feel like happens with Logic. Speaking of Bad Robo, we had Bad Robo.
Hey.
It said only one paint and one keyframe.
Wow. The way the sparks actually bounce off the floor is a really nice touch.
That's cray cray. Great job as
The fact that
always.
that's one keyframe, though, that's crazy. That's really cool.
I am serious. The cables and dreams are made of polygons. Oh,
Oh, right.
I mean, makes sense.
Okay.
But again, great work on this. This is
Mm.
fantastic. So, uh, ah, Franz boy, this is cool. This is very much in a style that I appreciate and love. And as I showed last time, we were doing the Twitter rundown. Yeah, I'm
He's
very
got
much
like
in
a
love.
he's got like a whole collection of these. I'd love like an actual book of all of them, like a printed high quality, nice paper, just to be able to scroll through them all. They're really, really detailed, and the lighting on them is always fantastic. Looks so
Yeah,
nice.
so cray. Love it. Love it. Great job. Let me see here. We have, I believe this is where I have the, yes, we have Jordan Hedges here hitting us with not a new creation, but I did totally redo Grit's grappling hand. It's much more fun to use now. So let's take a look at this.
It's like the best grapple I've seen in Dreams. So if he's made it even better, that's amazing.
Yeah, it's,
So good.
yeah, never ceases to amaze. Wee. uh, and yeah, you did leave an in dreams link. let's see here. We have that. Oh,
Oh, we're swinging to different buildings. Nice.
very nice.
It just seems just so like clean the way that it moves. There's no clipping involved or anything. It's just really smooth.
Yeah.
Very natural looking, like the way that the swinging is working. Very nice. You can see
Yeah.
that a lot of work has gone into perfecting this mechanic, and it shows.
I don't even
It's
know what to
very-
think how this final project is going to what it's going to look like. Like what the story is, what the like we see the gameplay, but
Yeah,
like
what's
the
the setting
world,
like?
yeah, the world and everything, it's gonna be pretty intense to
I
finally get
imagine
to
it
see
being
all of it
like
together.
very dark and grungy. I reckon.
Dark and grungy.
Yes.
You sounded
Quite.
very,
Yeah.
very
Very dark
British.
and grungy. Yes, quite.
That won't do. That won't do. So yeah. And what was the last thing we had here? More of the swing. Oh God, air tricks. Doing air tricks, ladies and gentlemen. Shadow of the Colossus style battles, but with Lovecrafting and monsters. Oh yeah, that's
Ooh.
right. You did show us the video with the monster with the tentacle thing. That was
Oh
also
yes.
really sweet.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
had
yeah.
totally forgotten about that.
Yeah.
See, that's why you gotta keep us on our toes.
But like
So
how the actual rope works as well, like the rope mechanics, how it moves and stuff. It's super clean.
here we go.
So good.
Remnants of Gear and Cog, which is from Poser. This is Tap sent us this. So yeah, banging it. Now let me take more of a look here. I think I remember when you originally did this. There should be some photos. Ah, well, let's get some photos then. Some screenshots. There we go. I like the eyes. I have this thing with
Yeah, yeah. I know what you're gonna
yeah,
say.
with the big eye and the small eye. I love that even in my drawings. But yeah. Ooh. Nice.
Nice shadows.
Yeah. I thought you were playing stuff. Lol. That face, love that. Yeah. Yeah. It has a cinematic flow to it. I like it.
Very nice.
Yeah. And I believe that's all that was posted to this original thing. But then we get over here to Fluxymux in
Ugh.
co-op with Flatshi 0822. This character is gorgeous.
Oh, so it's Fleximux. What would you
Yes.
expect?
Yeah, but I mean, still, you got to take it. Not everybody's work is their best work. Well, not at my level anyway. So I'm just saying, it's great. I love it, and
It is
just
fantastic.
the clothes and everything on it.
Mm.
It's just good. God, just.
Do we know what the game's going to be yet, or anything, or like?
I think it was just for the character. Like they did the character,
right, okay.
and then they published it as remixable.
Oh, okay, cool.
So here we can get a blown up picture. Like, just wow.
It's crazy what people can do with this engine. It's really insane. I wish I had the ability to do that. I wish I had enough time to invest in it to actually pull off something close to that.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Let me see here. Yeah, so that's just disgustingly awesome, per usual.
Disgustingly awesome.
Yep. Oh, we also had this joint from Willow the Bob with the dancing. Dude, I love it. I love it.
I wonder how many keyframes are in this.
I bet you that's like 80 hours. just just all in one night too. 80 hours in one night. Went into a different universe dimension to get this done.
I mean, I've got to say it. Her animation is, in my opinion, the best in Dreams. Like, it's not even close. It's just crazy how perfect her animation is. It's insane. So good.
It's stay in the love, stay in the love. I was listening to that song yesterday, actually. But anyway, so just awesome stuff. Awesome stuff. And I believe, oh, yeah, this is a reminder for those who haven't done it yet. We have the 100th episode game or short film jam that's going to be going down on our 100th episode. You have until episode 99 to get it done and get it in. And yeah. Have you seen our animation for the T-Rex?
No,
I
I
haven't.
don't think so. No. Link it
Where
if you
would
can.
Yeah, link it if you can, because I'm like, where would I go to find this? I mean, is it on her page? I'm willing to look. Oh God, anguish of those wires. Oh God, look at this. Just God, her. She's so great. Yes, you can post links. This looks
It
so
is
beautiful.
fantastic.
Her and Cole or Kolwitzer, like that's like the dynamic duo of
Yeah,
dreams.
the dream team,
To
literally.
see
The
them work
dream team.
together so well is
Mm.
amazing. Um, oh, okay, I got sidetracked. But yeah, Quantum, you can post links. Well, oh, because I know there's this monster.
Her profile's just filled with so much good stuff.
Yeah. Oh God, anguish again.
Crazy. Like, oh my god, it's just insane the amount of keyframes.
Yeah.
It's just madness. Absolute madness.
Yeah. So
But I mean, that's
so
what it takes, though, to get as smooth animation as she does. It
oh,
takes
the
that amount
stuff
of
she did
keyframe.
for Captain Chlorine, who I would also love to chat with. If any of y'all are close with Captain Chlorine, um, yeah, reach out because I want to see more of this behind the scenes on the bully game.
The bully game, yes.
Because like
Mm.
I know Willow helped a bit with this, but yeah, just the look of that and like Captain Chlorine's painting ability is
The art
just
style is perfect. It's
yeah, it
literally
truly
bully.
is.
Like it's what a modern bully would look like. Like if they decided to remake Bully, like that's what it would look like.
But yeah, guys, post links. Like
Yeah, the chat's open for links.
yeah,
You
the
can post
chat's
whatever you
open for
want.
you to
Yeah.
post links. If you have something you want us to look at before we're done doing a Twitter rundown, do it. Like this is your time. That's why we started the Twitter rundown so that we could keep up with what everyone's working on or have people come through and show us stuff. Um, sorry, still trying to find. Yeah.
Fine.
Take your time. Anyway, so let me go back here because there was something else. Has everyone gone to check out on Wen's or Nguyen? Sorry, they pronounce it differently. But his Grommet stop motion
Oh
animation.
yes. That
Yeah, if
again is one to one. Like it is literally the same thing. It's perfect. It looks insane.
yeah, it looks really good. So check that out if you haven't seen it. You posted something in the. Huh, I was just in that thread. Okay, I'll go back to it.
Okay,
Um,
we have links in chat now.
yes, I did see this the Sub Zero that Disobey did. I love it. Good work. Love your character stuff as always. Let me pick on Duplex. And was this what you... Wait, is this what you sent me? Or... Let's see. That's Disobey. I'm just looking through. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what he sent, he says.
Oh, okay. Okay. So, yeah, that's what you sent. Then let me go back. Easier just to click here. All right. Like the HUD. The twist, you got...
Yeah, it's nice. Nice idols as well.
Yeah. Whee! Nice.
That's
Very
cool,
nice.
though.
Yeah, I like it.
I like how it bounces off the land. Like, there's a complete distinction between the water and the land mechanics. That's really nice.
Awesome. And I know Justin Linville's been working with iRun 444 on this Adventure Time game and making characters.
Yeah.
See you later, Tap. Thank you for joining us, man.
Bye.
But yeah, I'm a huge fan of Adventure Time, so I can't wait to see more from this because
And this art, the Adventure Time art style, really fits into Dreams and the way that Dreams works. Like, it's a perfect, art style to pull off in Dreams as well. So it looks really nice.
Wow,
listen, that's some crazy flips going on.
Yeah. It's like Spider-Man without the webs. Like you're just flipping around. I love it. I love the use of the bubble as well, of course. But yeah, that's so cool. It's a nice little detail you got going.
Yeah, really nice. Fluid. Yeah, using the bubble wand to get some leverage in the air. That's really clever.
Yeah. So, and then we had, let me see here. Found it. Oof.
Oh, wow. Just look how the body's moving, like the individual parts.
Yeah.
That's just like that's like movie level quality. Like the detail in the little movements in the whole body, how each individual part coincides with one another in the animation is just so thought out and well executed. It's crazy.
Oh like boy, we got the sex bots back again.
Oh, they're back. Find your love in U City.
Yeah, find your love. I don't even know if that's like how does one find their love in U City?
U City. Yeah.
You know, I don't know. I'm not really sure how that works. That literally looks like Unreal Engine. Yeah.
Yeah. It literally looks like behind the scenes CGI footage for the next Jurassic World movie. That's literally what it looks like to me. Like if you put voiceover of some guy working on the film and like, yes, this is how we're doing the animation for the next Jurassic World film, like I wouldn't think any different of it. Like it's literally that good. It's crazy. That model is fantastic though. Is this model from the guy that is making his own Jurassic Park game?
Isn't it from not Dex Veteran. So yeah, there you go. Sound effects by Chronodican. He must be on the team. I mean, I would think, right?
No, I mean like that model of the dinosaur.
Also, how am I not following you? Sorry about that. I don't know what I thought I was. And yeah, you're right, Big Mofo Gaming. I am being stalked, and it did happen since my birthday. I guess 41 is the magic number. You're 40 now. You're ripe for the sex ads. Like, okay. All right. So yeah, that's ridiculous. But with that, we're almost reaching the hour, so it's time to move on, ladies and
It
gentlemen.
is.
Oh wait,
Oh,
wait. We got one more. Oh, we got an animated thing. I'm sorry we don't have
oh,
sound,
I've seen
but
this.
I have not seen this yet.
Mm.
The fact that the mouth looks so flush, I love it.
It's such a great video how it shows you the transition.
Yeah.
I mean, and the final piece is just amazing.
Wow.
Like it really, his or her animation style really gives me like Disney Pixar vibes. The way that the expressions are done on the faces and stuff. It's so well put together.
Yeah. Fantastic, dude. Great job. Great job. Just wow. Just so many talented people. So
Yeah,
many super
crazy.
talented artists. So, but with that, it's time to get back to the heavy conversation. Thank you, everybody, for all the work. Um basically, we just finished looking at all the stuff that people have been putting on Twitter, and we talked about Kaduko's app concept for dreams. And now we're about to move into less delightful topics that are probably going to get spicy. So, whenever I see expressive animation like this, it makes me want to change how Grit's face looks. Yeah, I understand that thought completely. Same, same. So, what the? Oh. So, I should really change my name on PSN. Yeah, get it done. But, now, let's talk about something that's not it's not so nice, but it's a lead into our final topic. Jamie, can you tell us what happened? Because you were a part of this. You were a part of the rage going on with this someone with an original piece.
Ah, yes. Okay, so I found I was looking for some music in Dreams to put in my game, and I was looking for something very specific, and I wanted something that was original, obviously, so that I wasn't gonna get into any copyright infringement or anything. And I found this piece of music, and the description on it said that it's an original piece of their own that they've created themselves and released on the Dreamiverse for use. And I showed Will it, as I do with the majority of stuff that I do. I'm like, here's the piece that I found. What do you think to it? And he's like, huh, I've heard this before. And I'm like, no, it's an original piece. And after some research, we found out that it is not an original piece, and it's actually, an actual copyrighted song, right?
Yeah, it's Mendelssohn's Song Without
Mm.
Words. As soon as I heard it, I was like, I know this piece, and it's what we're gonna. Yeah, your boy be like that. I listen to every form of music and classical, and it's yeah. This is it. Really angered me. Like really, really angered me. Alex Hetherington, what the f am I in sex chat app? I don't know, man. I don't know. They be doing things like they attacked me after my birthday. But yeah, so I feel like I have to put out a PSA because I'm not going to say names or anything like that, but this isn't the first time that I've come across, been told about people stealing other people's work and calling them originals.
Mm. It's a
It
problem because like I don't know that genre of music very well, so I basically took the description at face value. The guy said it was an original piece. I haven't heard enough of that genre of music to determine if it was or not, so I could have easily just incorporated that, started streaming it, and got copyright banded for it.
Yeah,
Like
like
it's just so wrong. Like if it's not yours, don't say it's yours. Like don't take credit for something that you haven't made.
yeah, that's just not the play, and it really sickened me. I was like, we have so many creative people within the Dreamiverse in every facet of artistry. And to have someone do something like that and other situations that have been brought to my attention of people doing that, just give credit where credit's due. Like, it's not that hard. Everybody in the, like, from what I've been told, and people can, in the industry that may be in chat can chime in, but most of the time people do start from somewhere, like an asset of some sort, and then they break it into what they want. Like, Mendelssohn died a long time ago. There's no, there's no way that it's just. Oh, it really angers me. Like, is it so hard to just say my take on a Mendelssohn piece?
Yeah, like that's it. It's not difficult. Like my
Like,
recreation of this piece or whatever. Like because don't get me wrong. Like the piece is fantastically made in Dreams. It's all done using the Dreams tools. It's not like he's just recorded it and imported it using the audio importer. It's all done physically in Dreams. But it's great. It's very talented the way that this whoever made this piece has actually recreated it in Dreams.
yeah, impressive.
But yeah, but still credit the original composer. You did not compose this piece.
Oh, it's so
Yeah.
disgusting. I just gross. So anyway, and so this is where we lead into the next thing. Now I don't know how open you guys are going to be to this because it's not to put a dark light on anybody in specific or in particular, or even like call out names or anything like that. But I wanted to open up to, as y'all know, because we do this show, we talk and keep in touch with a lot of people. There are some horror stories in the Dreamiverse, whether it be from people that you've met, had to deal with, had to interact with on social media, projects that didn't go very well, but nobody left with hard feelings, but the project itself just turned into a nightmare. This is where I'm going to give you the chance. If for those of you that are in the Discord, you will see that we are in the Lotion lobby today, not in our normal closed off voice channel. I want to know if y'all want to come on and share your horror stories from dreams. If so, do not turn on your camera. We will not, don't turn on your camera. Just join the voice. The voice aspect of it. Just click on the little thing. It'll put you in the voice channel. Do not turn on your camera. Come in, talk with us, tell us your story. After that person logs off, we'll banter a little bit, wait for the next person to jump in. We're not even going to look at the chat to see who joins. You're just going to have to come in. So, well, at least I'm not, because I have too many settings going on right now. So that's just not going to be a possibility for me currently. But join in voice. And I guess while we wait to see if anyone's willing to do so, which, okay, I was about to say put the Discord in chat, but I see you have done that already. On top of your game, Jamie
Yeah, I know,
James.
right?
That's what I'm talking about. Is it possible to get a ban for reproducing such a track in dreams? I would hope so.
I mean, you'd think so.
I would. The thing is I wouldn't ban them for reproducing it. I would ban them for putting it out as their original stuff. Like
Yeah.
that's the
Mm.
whole point. Like if you want to try to recreate Mendelssohn or Vivaldi or anything like that in dreams, all power to you. That's an accomplishment, honestly. But if you put it out there as it's your work, then no. Like I would be the person. Now I'm a little harsher than most people when it comes to certain punishments and stuff being handed out. But yeah, I think that should get you removed from dreams. Period. Like that's just how brutal I would be with it because there's no place for that. No place at all. Marshall's account. Not the same thing, but with my newest game, I've had a ton of people just remixing it and releasing it with nothing changed. But I released it as a public because I wanted people to make their own versions. Yeah, see, and this goes back into what the downside of this whole thing is. If you, like, we've talked many times, especially in our early episodes where we talk about people who create these beautiful things and figure out something in dreams, but then they don't share it with the community. And this is one of the reasons, when asked about it, why they don't share it. Because if people are just going to sit there and remix it and then act like they did it, it's really hard to argue for people sharing with the Dreams community, like what they're working on, even if it's just for a, if they release it to show, just to let people go behind, mess with the gears, do their own thing. It's hard to tell those people that they should share if there's people out here literally stealing things and then saying they created it. It's, yeah. I hope you can tell by my tone, I am really, really pissed about this. Like, I've spent all week fuming about this. I hate it. Like, I mean, as I'm sure everyone does, who's an artist, who's ever had somebody bite off their stuff. Like, it's crazy. I just, ugh. To Mighty's comment there, here's a thought experiment for you. I have a game on the verse that has copyrighted music that I tracked in Dreams. I intentionally put a fake artist and song title for it because I didn't want it getting removed for copyright. I also didn't claim it as my own music. Thoughts? If you didn't claim it as your own music, like I said, I have no problem with it personally. That's the thin line for me. It's whether or not you claimed it for yourself. And if you didn't, I got no problem. But if you were to be like...
No, but I don't think you should be putting copyrighted music in Dreams anyway. But...
Yeah, well, that's one of the rules. I mean, they can still punish you on it, but...
Yeah.
But me personally, I would be like, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, personally, I sit on the same stand with you. Like, as long as you're not claiming it as your own, I don't see a problem with it. But from Dream's perspective, you shouldn't be using copyrighted music anyway, because it goes against the terms of how you use the audio importer and everything. So
yeah. So let me see here. Char says, I hate it when there's a lack of back and forth communication and collaboration and then they just forget about helping with the project, especially because I do that and I hate myself for it. I believe we all do. It's the difference. It's the difference between the time it takes to work, us coming to the understanding of how game dev works, working in teams for the first time, as well as, sometimes you just get lost because this is a side hustle on life and life takes precedent. But that's also why the way I try to get around this is that's why I limit when people talk to me about when they need like voice lines and stuff like that. It's like, I'll give you voice lines when you're done with the project and you're basically waiting for me to give it to you. And I try to do it that way because of all the times where, I've recorded, like I said, I would say probably about 80 hours worth of voice lines that people will never hear because the person abandoned the project.
Just for Dreams or for
just for Dreams?
Just for Dreams.
Just for Dreams.
Wow.
And so I created that rule that I don't voice your stuff until you're literally done or almost done. You need to come to me and tell me, yeah, we just got to finish up touching up this, and then the game's basically built. That's when you get my lines. Because if I put lines out now for projects and they don't get used, unless I literally got inspired and did them for fun just to throw into the Dreamiverse, yeah, I don't play that game anymore. But yeah, there's a lot of things. JC Hedges, I got to run in a sec, but I'll share a little one. There's a pretty popular figure in the Dreams community who regularly is very demanding of tweeting directly at employees insisting that they just tell us when the audio upload is coming back, when that was a big deal, claiming that owes us a clear answer about multiplayer. They don't, etc. I unfollowed them because I was sick of seeing that. Then their tweets kept showing up in my timeline anyway, so I kind of went off on them.
There's a follow-up. There's a follow-up message to that
Does,
as well if you scroll down.
There's a follow up. I tried to be polite and suggest the correct way to express their feedback to and that person blocked me. Oh well. Hey, you solved your problem. That's
Yeah.
You solved your problem.
I think I know which Twitter person you're talking about.
I thought he was talking about you.
No,
No, I thought he was talking about you.
I think I know who you're talking about, and they've been tweeting recently, since probably the beginning of last week. That's true. Problem solved. And no, not Jammy. Love you guys. No, I think I know who you're talking about, and I nearly bited last week because I saw the same tweet saying that they owe this to us and we demand that we know X, Y, and Z, and we're entitled to this information and blah 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 blah. And it really angered me, and I almost bit the bullet, and I was about to respond, and I thought, you know what, it's not worth just causing a Twitter war over this. But yeah, that I know who you're speaking of, and they do it quite a lot, and it's really disrespectful to the developers of Dreams because like you have no idea what they're doing, how much work they're putting into different things. You got into this game knowing full well, in fact, there was no multiplayer from the get-go. Like, it wasn't even announced. Like, you knew it never had multiplayer, and yet you still got into this game. The fact that they're working on it is a bonus. You're not entitled to anything. Let's just get that completely straight. But yeah, I hate it when people are so demanding, asking for this, that, and the other. Like, they owe you nothing. The fact that they're still continually investing into Dreams, and Sony is allowing them to spend all this money to continue the development of Dreams is a blessing, and we should be grateful with whatever we get. End of discussion.
Yeah. Marshall's account says, I normally don't care because they aren't getting anywhere near the likes I get, but if they were to re-upload it and get more likes, I'd be stressed.
So you should be. You should be. If they're literally just stealing your work and just releasing it without any changes, and that gets more likes than the original creator, that, yeah, you should be totally stressed about that. And if that happens, then tell about it. Like, put it in the thing that they have where you can make a ticket for it.
Yeah, and Bad Robo said remixing famous songs is a rather normal thing. It's another thing when someone says it's their original piece. Yeah. And Captain Dax, yep, totally, James. I recognize I'm breaking the rule of law morally, though. Hey, I just love the song. Ain't nothing wrong with that, though. Let's see. We did that one. Didn't use the audio importer. I tracked it by hand. Not that that makes a difference. Actually, that makes a huge difference per your skill.
Well, not only that, but it makes a huge difference because you're not importing the copyrighted content itself. Like, that file and the contents within that file, that music track, is what's copyrighted. You've basically made a mirrored version of it within Dreams. It's different. It's less intrusive. I don't know where you would stand from a copyright point of view, but you're not literally importing a copyrighted piece of material into another program. So I would see that as completely different.
Yeah. Let's see. That's a good rule, Mighty. Make creators focus on making their game first before pulling in all of this art polish like voiceover. Yeah, exactly. Let me see. Hey, it's Daryl asked who that they were referring to, Hedges. But yeah, there's no names being thrown out here.
No names.
Okay? No names. Captain Dax, Hedges, you're fighting the good fight. A rule I've made for myself, though, is a lot of people are wrong about a lot of things. You'll drive yourself crazy bearing the burden of correcting people that are wrong. Facts. And yes. So, Bumbleberg, I have a lot of musical inspiration in my own music, but I still make it my own. None of my songs are made to blatantly copy a song, but rather make something new in a similar style. Yeah, inspiration as opposed to, copying. Coin 'em. Canceled projects are everywhere on Dreams. If I see work in progress from a game in early stages, that usually tells me that it's gonna get scrapped. I mean, you're not wrong.
No, you're not wrong. There is so many WIPs in Dreams, and yeah, I don't I get why people release stuff early in Dreams when they're making it, like, and put work in progress so they can get feedback that helps them to develop it. But I stand in the same sense with Coinum. If I see something with WIP on it, I'm like, oh, it's never gonna get done.
Yeah. Um, Hedges. Yeah, it's like Dreams costs $30 and has no monetization at all, in spite of several updates given out at zero cost. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Char said, I'm mad at. Hold on, I lost myself. I'm mad at MM for not letting us give them all our money. Basically. Basically. Big Mofo Gaming, no one is entitled to anything, to be honest. They gave you a game and they listen to the community, and the game has changed in massive ways, and playing this game, making my own games, does take time to get things in order. It does. It does. Music copyright issues are messy. Yes, they are.
Very.
Hey, it's Daryl. I have a vault of work in progress. You and me both, bro. You and me both. I just put work in progress in my work because I'm not confident it's any good. Char, you need to stop.
Yeah, you really need to stop, bro.
Bro,
You are like,
it's a difference
just
between me saying it and you.
yeah, you're filled with so much negativity, and we've seen your stuff. Like, it's great. Your stuff's great. Stop doubting yourself. I know every artist does that, but still.
You know what? We should have the Doubters Roundtable, where we pull in Char, we pull in Jet Yeti. I belong in there. I ain't throwing shade on nobody. I belong in there. So I'm gonna be there. I mean, we just need to do it. Let's do a fundraiser. Bad Robo. Let's do a fundraiser for MM. They don't need it. But if they do tell us they need it, yes, we will do it.
Yeah, we'll be right on that.
And Captain Dax, imposter syndrome is real, man. It definitely is. It definitely is. It's heavy. It's heavy. So, I'm gonna say, people aren't jumping into this chat. They're putting it in chat. So I'm fine
That's
with
fine.
it.
That's fine.
I'm fine with it. Putting down your stuff in chat. For me, the nightmare situations that I've been in are my fault. That's how I'm going to frame it for this. There's such a learning curve, and I don't mean to make excuses for anyone else, but if you're used to working and doing everything by yourself, it might not be someone else's fault that something turned into a nightmare. It could be your own. Because as Dreams helps you learn game development, you have to think of game development in the huge span of things, in the wide breadth of what is game development. And that includes learning to work with people, work with different styles, learn what every single person needs to be able to work on what you're even asking them to work on. Everything that would be considered a nightmare scenario for me, outside of the nightmare scenario known as my data corruption, I would say it falls on me. There very rarely been people, I would say, outside of, there are people who have stories and they've told them to me, but I'm not here to talk for other people as far as, this topic goes. But a lot of my own things outside of, like I said, the voice work that I've done for people that'll never see the light of day, the data corruption, and things that ultimately come back to just being my fault as far as being uneducated in the ways of working on something together with people. And in those situations, I don't put it on those people. I put it on me. There's things I just didn't understand because of my inexperience. So just as an example of, something doesn't have to be a throw shade on someone's unspoken name. It could be literally what you've learned or haven't learned, what you're still working on within Dreams. So, James, if you also wanna jump in on certain things
Yeah,
in that.
like like a good example of it being something that was on me was like with Project Dino, like handling a team of that size with no prior experience should have told me that it was going to end up being a nightmare. Like it's just like retrospectively looking back on it now, I would have thought that it would make common sense. But you're stuck in the moment, you're excited about the project, and you're all buzzed up, and you think you can do it. Like, but at one point, like we had 15 people like working on Dino, and managing a project of that size with that many people all working on separate things, it just became an absolute nightmare to try and manage. Like I've never done something like that before, and it just goes to show you the different elements of game development. It's not just about being able to physically develop it. You know, you need to understand how to manage people, how to manage expectations, workloads, how different members of your team need to work together to get one individual thing done, how that works with timelines and expecting different elements from different people to be finished in time so this other person can mold all that together into whatever they need to do. Like that's what I learned, is that there is a massive learning curve to managing a large team working on a singular project with one vision. Getting everybody on board with that singular vision is very difficult. Very, very hard to have a large team understand the vision of one individual and them all agreeing on it is very, very hard. And yeah, it's something that takes a lot of expertise and experience to understand how to manage something of that size.
Absolutely. Bumblebird said, "I literally said we should make a fundraiser for MM on one of these podcasts, but apparently you guys said there'd be legal issues. I think there would because
Yeah.
we'd be speaking for an organization that we're not a part of, and all it would take is for one person to doubt that their money went to MM, and it becomes a legal issue for MM.
It's different if
Like,
MM makes the fundraiser, then
yeah,
that's completely different. But if we made a fundraiser for them, that's where you're going to have issues with it because they're part of a large conglomerate. You can't just donate money to them. It doesn't work like that. There would be legal issues.
yeah, and Bad Robo or no Chars said we being a therapist to the Doubters Roundtable, or we bring a therapist to the Doubters Roundtable.
Yeah.
Lol. No, we just have to talk about it between ourselves as the broken people we are. It's obviously going to reach a finale. We're going to come away feeling so much better. Yeah, Big Mofo Gaming said one thing I learned from game dev is you're always learning. That is absolutely
Very
true.
true.
Captain
100%.
Dax, I imagine, just guessing here, that a big hurdle of a large project is the organizational part because all the stuff a producer does on a game team scope, budget, time included, priorities, cuts, workflows, i.e., who does what first, order of operations, etc. It's not easy, but it sure is easy to want to make a big game. Damn right.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's so easy.
We learned that the hard way.
Yeah, we learned it the hard way. We were not
Yeah.
prepared. It's
No, we
just
were
what it
not.
came down to.
Mm.
Bubble Burke went over to YouTube. Oh, you know what? Being that people aren't joining for this and we are reaching our usual hour and a half, or trying to reach our hour and a half time limit, that brings me to a point. But I'm going to finish getting through chat and then I'm going to bring
Okay, and
up
then
this
we'll
final
roll on.
topic.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
So, Captain Dax, maybe coy. I think it's more about knowing how to bring other creators on board with a unified vision. If you don't have one, you'll definitely have the problem of too many cooks, but that just speaks to the collaborative experience of the team members, and frankly, most dreamers don't have the experience. A dreams project like this may very well be the first collaborative software project for any dreamer. Yeah, I
Yeah.
would say so.
Mm.
Piece of craft. What's going on, boy? How you doing? How you doing? Love you. Don't see you around here very often. You
Yeah.
know what? We're gonna have to bring you back. Which
Oh
brings
yes.
which brings us to also on the 99th episode, we're gonna explain to y'all what's gonna happen in the 100th episode of this show. And it's probably going to be a cluster. It's gonna be a clown fiesta, okay? Final topic, movies? No. No.
Yeah. No, we ain't
We
going there.
I did any of you watch the movie I told you to watch last week? Any of you?
No. I did start watching The Peripheral though.
I can't stand your ass. Anyway, the point is, you know what? You get some points because I haven't started the peripheral because I wanted it all to come out.
You see, here's the thing. I thought it was. I didn't realize that it was a weekly show until I got to like episode 3, and I was like, right, stick on the next one. My wife was like, no, it doesn't come out till Friday. I was
Yeah,
like, no! Why
but
did I start watching it?
but Chloe Grace Moretz, yeah, like I've always been a fan of hers.
Oh,
I
she's
love
fantastic.
I love her choice of roles because y'all got me on movies.
Yep,
Okay,
yep.
we're moving on. So, final topic. Let me ask y'all something. We've had as with Twitter, we've had these announcements of things that are happening on the platform of Twitch. And hold on, I think chat moved. Yeah, I want to finish chat before I go on to this. Arguing free collaboration is one of the most valuable skills, not only in dreams. Absolutely. GB, the Chrome Colossus, ahoy. What did I miss? We talked about Kiduko's app concept that he put up on Twitter and the idea that Jamie proposed with whether dreamers would leave Twitter to go to the more niche-based app. We talked about, or we looked over a bunch of stuff that people have on Twitter as far as current projects that they've been working on. We also went into nightmare scenarios, things that people have experienced in dreams on certain projects, what worked, what didn't, what you've learned, stuff like that, which we offered people to call in, but most people put in chat, which is safer. It's fine that way. And we also talked about the PSA of people taking credit for things that are not their own in dreams, and how I believe that should be a grounds for expulsion from the community, especially because of what we experienced, which you'll have to go back through the VOD to go through the whole thing. But if you're just getting here, you should definitely go back through the VOD because. Yeah, it was definitely.
I'll wait for the audio version.
Chrome Colossus, do people do that? Yes, they do. A lot of
Yep.
people do that. And I ain't here to call out names. I'm not here to throw shade at anybody. But people do it. It needs to stop. Because that's why people are afraid to share more of their techniques and stuff with the Dreamiverse. Because the moment they open it up to be picked to pieces, some people will just remix their stuff and say they did it. And it's happened to so many people I know.
Like, since I've been just to quickly round up on that, like, since I've been working on Pitch Black, I've been scouring through the Dreamiverse as far as sound is concerned, because obviously there's a lot of sound elements to this game. And you won't believe the amount of stuff that I've seen that is copyrighted and is in the Dreamiverse for one, which is bad. Stuff that people are taking credit for that I can clearly know is not their own, including sound effects. Like there is so many sound effects in dreams that are copyrighted sound effects from sound effects libraries. And I know this because I've been looking on these sound effects libraries for inspiration for the type of sound effects that I want to create in my game. So I've been using those as like inspiration to understand how the sound works and, how different elements have different volumes and stuff, and to know what I want to create. And then I go into Dreams, type in the similar titles, and the exact same stuff of these sound libraries are in there. Like, people just straight up uploading audio libraries into Dreams and calling it their own. It's crazy. Absolutely insane.
So, I leave you to this is our final topic, guys. Final topic. And Piece of Craft, you're not a phony. If there's
You're
a
the
one,
real deal, bro.
yeah,
You're the
real deal. No matter what, like the stuff I see you do is just, yeah, and especially your ability to transfer between your 2D artwork to dreams. Good God, just one of the greats, man. Nothing but love from here. It's the children, not me. your child labor. So yeah, with all the stuff going on in Twitter or in Twitch, with them cutting revenues and hurting small streamers and all this stuff. I brought this up to James like 2 weeks ago. How many of you guys would follow us if we went to YouTube?
Like, would it make a difference to you if what platform we actually do this show on? Of course.
Jeebus, that Mighty Vicious, did you leave a burner on? No, man. I'm sorry. I sometimes mute myself so I can get in a nice vape. I like to be as relaxed as possible. As always, what you see is what you get with me. I'm real. I ain't gonna be sitting here jonesing and being like, oh, what a vape. I can't, I'm live. No, I'm just me, bro. But, Captain Dax, no difference. Duplex, me. Big Mofo, yes. Bad Robo, I do not know how you can take someone else's creations and claim that you did it yourself. What kind of person do you have to be? It is beyond my comprehension. A person that needs to get their legs beat with baseball bats. That's what type of person. I'm sorry.
Wow. The Mighty Vicious is definitely coming out tonight. Okay.
Woosa. Woosa.
Yeah, woosa. Woosa. Calm down.
Okay. Sorry, I had a Sopranos moment. I gotta pull it back in. I gotta pull it back in.
Rein it in. Rein it in.
Just okay. 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 All right.
You good? You okay?
Yeah, you got over it. Like the reason, like I said, there is a reason for my name, and I try to. That's the one thing I try to subdue a bit when I'm streaming. But like that's why if you go to most of the things I'm involved in, there's a Hulk reference in it. And it's because I can truly get upset. And when I get mad, it takes a lot. I'm a jovial, chubby guy. But when I do get mad, I'm mad. And I let it fly. So I'm trying to be a better person at the age of 41. But my history would probably vex you all. So anyway, as far as this YouTube thing, I want to keep up with chat because I do like certain things that YouTube is doing and getting straight now, but there are things that because Twitch is the long-standing, platform where, streaming really started. And, yeah. But I want to know because if people were like, hey, it doesn't matter. We'll go with you. I mean, go with me as far as not leave Twitch altogether. I mean, just you'd still check out the show on Fridays if it was on YouTube only. Like, that's what matters to me. If not, I'll sit my monkey ass here and, continue to stream both to Twitch and YouTube until there comes a point where one of them makes me choose. Like, because there is that point for people who aren't familiar. There is a point where if you do both and you reach a certain level, they'll be like, hey, no, you have to dedicate to Twitch or to YouTube. I'm not happy about that situation, but I'll say whichever I get to first, we'll see. But yeah, let me follow what's happening in chat here just to make sure. I always accidentally tube into YouTube first, then move over to here. Just stay on YouTube, bro. Stay on YouTube. We see your messages on YouTube as well, as you can see in the chat. Like this restream bot I have brings your questions so everybody can see what you're doing. And I'll read through it.
My only concern with the move, I'm not sure if it can be. I'm not too experienced with YouTube streaming. I've only really ever used Twitch. But like, does the explorability of YouTube Live have the same kind of elements as Twitch does? What I mean is like how you can search for a game and then see who is streaming that game. Does YouTube do the same thing so that newer people that are not experienced with Dreams are looking for live streamers to see what the game is about would be able to find us?
Yes, but they're still updating their gaming library to include certain things. Like it shows Dreams, but it doesn't show like a category. But if someone were to search for it, it could be there. Yeah, but it's really convoluted in that way. I have to do it. which is why, like I said, I'd have to go over with the community because I don't want to just dip on Twitch. Like this is where my fam is, you know. But with things coming and the fact that like, you know, even the cuts are better for certain things as far as, you know, how they're decreasing how much a creator gets for subscribers on Twitch, which the cut was already small, and they're decreasing and they're making it worse. And then there's areas of like Twitch is starting to focus on bringing like sports, and they're focusing on sports and hot tub streams and stuff like that more so now. Like they're basically seeming like they're turning, they seem to be turning more into an official channel for businesses instead of people. And that's part of that doesn't sit right with me. So I don't know. It's not terrible or anything right now, but I'm just trying to prepare for the future. That's all I'm saying.
We'll eventually probably move to YouTube when things at Twitch get.
I mean, if things get super bad, yeah.
Yeah.
But for right now, I can stream on both, and I enjoy being live on both. So, the Young Gamer says, I already follow on YouTube. Yeah, if y'all don't follow me at Mighty Vicious on YouTube, go ahead and do that. I'll appreciate it. I'm just a small fry out here trying to do what do. So let me see. Sure, yeah, I'd follow you. I'm already subbed. Hey, there we go. Piece of Craft said I'd have to think about it. Continue thinking on it, brother. We'd love to have you. Big Mofo Gaming, only joking, by the way. I know, bud. Let me see here. Bad Robo, yup. Why is there a skip on the VOD? What do you mean a skip? We're all moving to the Dreams app. I'm not sure. I'm not sure, but I'm sure he'll tell me. He's probably already has. I'm behind. Char, I think people just want quick and easy validation.
In terms of the copyright stuff.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So you're saying it's like the same as like meme creations.
Yeah.
With known characters.
Yeah.
Is it just kids doing that, I wonder? I guess more adults try to cheat than we wish there was. Of course.
Yeah. Definitely adults, I reckon.
Ahead of Vice is good too, lol. YouTube is where your stalkers are. You know that, right? See, but I mean, I enjoy a good stalk every now and again. I'll take a few stalks. I'll take a few.
Validation.
The only move we want is move controllers. Never that.
Oh.
Never. Not unless it's the new ones for PSVR 2. I'm not going to get stuck on that. Piece of Craft, what's YouTube? Lol. Commenting from YouTube. Yeah, I prefer to watch you on YouTube. Thank you, Bad Robo. No, YouTube doesn't have that at all. They control that. I thought they had, because whenever I put in my stuff to like go live, it'll say the game, like it'll say like what thing, and then it gives you a place to put the game title, and it comes up as a bunch of different games. So it has to do it to some extent. Anyway, I mean, I'll look more into it. But this is one of those things where YouTube is trying to take over the market of that area. They're trying to bring a lot more streaming into their platform. So there are things they're behind on, but there's other things, like I said, that they do better already. Now I'm over here. True. Look, I'm over here. Oh, here he's on both. Hey, I love it. Give me the views, baby. Holy crap, Kevin Conroy died. Yeah, I wasn't gonna bring that up, bro. Why you gotta bring that up? That isn't. I hate it here. Anyway, so yeah, we'll address that another time. God, that just made me real sad. Glad you're over here, bud. Breakup's tough. For when you accidentally try Tony Soprano, lol. That sucks. He was the Batman, like Peter Cullen is to Optimus Prime. I got a picture with Peter Cullen. I met Peter Cullen.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Love me some Peter Cullen. Anyway, I prefer to watch you on MySpace. Lol. Oh, MySpace. Am I being called out as a stalker? I'll allow it. I allow stalkers. You look like a demigod with all that fire, or Ghost Rider. Lol. No, it's just something that I can do to keep my logo, my like behind me and not in the foreground, overreaching on certain things. Even though in that secondary page that I have set up, I have it down by there so it doesn't interrupt what web page or video we're watching behind us. But yeah, a lot goes into my setup, my settings. My settings are very important to me. I don't want to come out here just looking like some, an average bum out here just press and play. It's just not the way I do my thing. I want people to look at the setup, how we do things, and be like, that's professional. I could give money to that. And by money, I mean your attention. And that's all I'm here for. So anyway, so yeah, I mean, as a good sample size, that's a few people saying that they would come over. So
Yeah.
I mean, that's uplifting.
It'll probably just be like a slow transition into it anyway, so.
Bumbleberg, I had to make a wish, and my wish was to meet Peter Cullen himself. I have an entire tweet thread about this. Well, before the pandemic, a friend of mine, who is actually how I know Peter, or how I met Peter Cullen, knew his brother. And before the pandemic happened, we were supposed to be going out to meet with Peter Cullen, like at basically at a like summer getaway to hang out. And I was gonna hit him with my Optimus Prime voice, but that never happened because of the pandemic, as much as many things that were ruined. But hopefully at some point before it's too late, we can actually still get that in. Because Peter Cullen is the man. He's super nice. Super nice. I did not expect to be taller than him, though. I will say that. That threw me for a loop. Not that I hadn't seen pictures of Peter Cullen, but I really thought he was taller than me. He has to hide the fact that he's in a girl's room. Man, look, this is your second comment about this girl's room. All I'm saying is, now luckily I didn't get the girl's room that was pink. Because there was a pink girls' room.
Oh, wow.
There were 3 girls that lived here. 3 girls that lived here. And yeah, there was a moment there where I was going to have the hot pink painted room. And I was like, no. And it also is more decorated with girl things. Like just the way some of the upholstery is, all this stuff. I was like, look, I can't do it. No, nothing against the females, but I'm like, this works for me, okay? This I'm trying to think which daughter I forgot, but actually that daughter just happened. So there are 4 now, but there were 3 here.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, I definitely, like, the whole room would be painted green screen if I was in the other place. Like, and there's no room, because it's not a color that vibes with Vicious. That's all I'm saying. And when we moved in, we were doing so much stuff. I was like, I don't want to spend time doing anything. This is like a light turquoise room.
Oh, okay, well that's not so bad.
But it had a mirror on the closet door that looked like it had the Children of the Corn like sticky fingerprints on it.
Oh wow! Okay.
And I was like, first off, that's getting washed. None of that on a mirror that I'm around. But yeah, it's just the way the room is set up. It's not beneficial. Like I can't. And there's other problems, but we'll go into all that another time and another. But you know what? Fair use length Optimus Prime samples would be great in your Argent music. But yeah. I believe that's it for today, folks.
I think that's it. I think we're ready to wrap up.
Yeah, I think we've finished up the game. Let me check for a second and see who's on. As always, searching through people. We got Jet Yeti. Jet Yeti's on.
Yeah,
and
nice.
He's working in dreams. It looks like he's doing some sort of... I'm not sure what he's doing, but it looks interesting. So you know what? Hold up. Let me see. Can we hear the Optimus Prime? No. Red is on. Red?
Yep, Red's on too. Duplex Man's on as well. Helen
Red
of
Prophet?
Boy. No, Red Sakatsu.
Let's see here. Well, I'm gonna go with Jet Yeti.
Yep.
Jet Yeti. But yeah, Big Mofo, there's a wall in my house needs painting. Someone want to lend me a green screen to paint it. Lol. That's what I did. That's what I did, man. I was like, no, I'm cutting it out. Time to test this. But see you guys next time. We're going to raid Jet Yeti. I appreciate you all being here. I hope you had fun. Catch you later.
Bye.